Hey, have you heard? It's official, the smartphone is dying. But what will replace it? A new class of wearables from the Apple Vision Pro to Meta's smart Ray-Bans thinks the future is putting computers on our faces. But one Silicon Valley startup says poo-poo to all that. Far from rejecting the Apple way, however, this is peak Apple. Apple Squared, Apple Deluxe, Apple Max, if you will. That company is Humane. Their product, the AI pin, and yes, it's every bit as problematic as you would expect.
This is the possibility of reimagining the human-technology relationship as we know it.
And that human-technology relationship starts with the very name itself, Humane. And you can tell where they're going with this, right? Humane technology, we're all a bit worried about AI and all this stuff, so let's make the name sound as friendly and as soft and appealing as possible. Yes, they did that, they called it Humane, but then they ruined it by putting dots in between. So it's not Humane, it's Hu.Ma.Ne, which just makes it look stupid, or like they don't know what punctuation is. Because what they're actually trying to do with this device, it does ring a little bit true. There are some concerns around technology and its proliferation in our lives, and Humane is genuinely trying to address that.
This is the Humane AI pin. It's a standalone device and software platform built from the ground up for AI.
Okay, so the device itself is this little square thing that you wear on your lapel or in your clothing somewhere, and it's got AI built in. So they have a partnership with ChatGPT, with OpenAI, and that functionality is built into the device. You speak to it, you tap on it, and it's got a kind of camera built in so it can sense the world around you. The whole idea about this is it's supposed to liberate us from the tyranny of screens. So you have your smartphone and you spend all your time looking at it or on screens or scrolling and this kind of thing. Humane's whole mission statement is basically to free us up from that awful experience of being on our phones. Because yes, we're all suffering from that, aren't we?
Humane AI pin? Oh, don't make me laugh.
So their solution is to take the technology from your pocket to your lapel. So what is this thing? Well, it's basically a screenless AI pin, effectively, that sits here or on your pocket or wherever you want it to be, and it has AI built in. But the idea is that because it doesn't have a screen, that you will not be spending all your time looking at a screen. You'll be interacting with the world and conversing with your pin to enjoy the world in a more fulfilling way.
There's two pieces, a computer and a battery booster. Now, the battery booster powers a smaller battery inside the main computer, and this is how we achieve our all-day battery life.
Did you notice something there? Just how very, very fashionable they were. Just how very, very cool they were. Well, you're not wrong, because this thing is, it's designed to be a lifestyle must-have. And the reason that we know this is because they actually put it on the catwalk at Paris Fashion Week. Check this out. So as you can see here, this thing looks absolutely magnificent on a tailored suit. Look at the pinstripes, look at the monochrome. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And here we have a model who's not wearing a bra, but sporting the AI pin on her pocket. And look at the way the light is still green, but the rest of the image is monochrome. It's just so classy. And here's another one of a model wearing not very much, and the AI pin is nestled discreetly here. It's technology, it's sleek, it's sexy, it's the future, yeah? So did you notice the other thing about this? It's attached with magnets. Imagine you got your smartphone and you put it here, attached with magnets. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, it's going to get stolen, right? But they made it even easier because they've got this lip that sticks up here. So anyone who was trying to steal it from you has got even more purchase, more grippable surface area to just rip it off you. Because it's a magnet, it's just going to let go. It would just be so easy to steal them. But I don't suppose they've really thought about that, have they? And the other thing that should be abundantly obvious when watching any of the clips I've showed so far is that the influence of Apple is everywhere. And it's not really a surprise because the two founders, Imran Chowdhury, spent 21 years at Apple working on a number of different products within that time frame. And Bethany Bongiorno, she spent 8 years at Apple as well. Everything they've done is kind of peak Apple for them. Let's do Apple, but better. Design-wise, if you didn't know it wasn't made by Apple, you would think it was made by Apple. And look at the way you got Steve Jobs holding a product, and then on their webpage, they're holding a product. Just look at the way they're dressed as well. Does that remind you of anyone at all? And you just have to look at the logo as well, because they could look at the Apple logo and say, I don't know, it's a bit busy. Let's reshape it. Let's get rid of this. There you go. It's basically the same logo, but simpler. And you don't just get one visionary founder dressed in black, you get two. Lucky you. So the thing about this company is that they've been building for some time now, and they've raised quite a lot of money, $230 million. And one of their investors is, of course, Sam Altman from OpenAI. How could it not be? So we have to look at their mission statement now, because this is really where it all gets down into the guts of it, all nice and fuzzy and warm, because they do tell a good story. We believe in building innovative technology that feels familiar, natural, and human. Technology that improves the human experience and is born from good intentions. Products that put us back in touch with ourselves, each other, and the world around us. Experiences that are built on trust, with interactions that feel magical and bring joy. Humane was founded on the principle that we all deserve more from technology. We deserve it. We should be magical. There should be joy in the world. Technology's greatest gift is to solve the problems that technology has already created. So let's solve it with more technology. But in a New York Times article, we get a bit more detail about how this all came about, and it is one of the most Silicon Valley stories you will have ever come across. A Buddhist monk named Brother Spirit led the two founders to Humane. Mr. Chowdhury and Ms. Bongiorno had developed concepts for two AI products, a women's health device and the pin. Brother Spirit, whom they met through their acupuncturist, recommended that they share the ideas with his friend Mark Benioff, the founder of Salesforce. So the acupuncturist just casually hanging out with the founder of Salesforce, because that's what you do in Silicon Valley. Sitting beneath a palm tree on a cliff above the ocean at Mr. Benioff's Hawaiian home in 2018, they explained both devices. This one, Mr. Benioff said, pointing at the AI pin as dolphins breached the surf below, is huge. It's going to be a massive company, he added. I mean, come on. But all of that fluff and all of that language is just throughout the website. They have their own operating system, which they call an OS for the world, and it's called Cosmos. It blends intelligent technologies with intuitive interaction and advanced security. We're not just transforming human technology interactions, we're transforming tasks. Our AI bus quickly understands what you need, connecting you to the right AI experience will service instantly, all at the speed of thought. You think it's done. As we'll see later, that ain't true. They also really love language. You can tell they spend a lot of time sitting with a creative agency, just really massaging the syllables, really just going over and making sure that all of this just lands in the most humane way possible.
We like to say that the experience is screenless, seamless, and sensing.
Screenless, seamless, and sensing. I hope you're not squeamish. And on the website, they like to say that the Cosmos OS is intelligent, intuitive, insanely fast. I have another IN word for you that pretty much describes everything about this. Insipid, which means lacking in energy, lacking in pep. And the promo that the team put out last week for the Humane AI pin was a perfect example of this, because you could not have thought of a more low energy promotional piece to go with this groundbreaking tech. Observe.
We were able to pack a lot of technology into something really small.
We were able to pack a lot of technology into something really small. Well, that's pretty amazing. Why aren't you excited about it? If it's that amazing, like, tell me. The question I'm asking is, why are they so scared? They look like there's somebody on the other side of the camera, and I wonder who we could imagine that might have been. So obviously, Twitter being Twitter, the responses to this were predictably a little lukewarm. I want to like this product, but damn, this is the opposite of a sizzle reel. I'm halfway through this video and still no explanation about what this thing can do or why I need it. Should have done the make me sound more excited command for the whole presentation. Yeah, we'll come back to that, the make me sound more excited. But even the founders' responses to these critiques just come across as like weirdly inhuman. Bongiorno says, "We are energized by the response to the AI pin." Like, who talks like that? We're energized by these tomatoes. We are energized by this colonoscopy. It's all just a little bit weird. It doesn't quite land right.
I think you ought to know I'm feeling very depressed.
And if they were so energized by the dialogue between them and their future buyers, where was that energy in the promo? Well, it turns out it might have all been an act, because it was sort of their way of letting AI be the star of the show, because by far one of the strangest moments of the presentation was when Imran asked the AI to, well, just take a look for yourself.
Tell Andrew I'll be there later tonight.
Your message to Andrew says I'll be there later tonight. Okay to send?
Make me sound more excited.
Your message to Andrew says I'll be there later tonight. Can't wait. Okay to send?
Yes.
What?
I am not excited. Make me sound more excited.
So the AI does its job, and what does it come up with?
Can't wait.
Exclamation mark. You guys are called Humane. Where is your humanity?
Estamos casi listos para enviar la versión final.
We are almost ready to ship the final version.
Great. I can't wait. Thanks so much.
Genial. No puedo esperar. Muchas gracias.
I mean, how awkward is that? And then just like, he put can't wait in it. I remember now what I need to do to be excited. I've got to convey excitement, because the other guy's like, and then they're just like staring at each other. Because that's a natural way to do things, isn't it? So we also did a bit of R&D ourselves and came up with our own lightweight version of the AI pin, and here it is. It's very easy to affix here, and I think we should use it to ask Imran some questions. Did you just completely rip off Apple?
Yes.
Are you in fact a robot?
Yes.
Alright, so we should probably give this thing a fair deal and actually look at some of the technology inside, because, as he said, they've packed a lot of technology into a very small space. But I know what you're thinking. There's a camera on the front, and whenever we see a camera and it's right there and it's pointing at you, there's always this thought, am I being filmed right now? But don't worry, they have an answer for that.
It has an indicator that we call the Trust Light that is built directly into the AI Pin's hardware via a dedicated privacy chip.
The Trust Light indicates when its input, optical, or audio sensors are active, ensuring full transparency and data security.
So you can imagine a scenario in which everyone's kind of just walking around the rooms like, is the light on? Is the light on? We're being filmed? Yeah. I'm sorry, yeah, the light's not working on this one. Yeah. You're filming me. I don't want to talk to you right now. But at least there is a light on it, and it's called the Trust Light, and you know that you can trust it absolutely 100% when it's not on. Am I trusting the AI?
Why are you talking trash?
But don't worry, they have another incredible, innovative piece of technology built into this device that is going to blow your mind.
The AI Pin comes with a beacon that lets you know when it has something for you.
A beacon? No, it's a light, mate. It's a light. However, I'm being a bit snarky, and there are some things built into this device which are genuinely things I haven't seen before. And one of them is this.
I've got my music controls. If I go to the left, I can go back. If I go to the right, I can skip. If I was to go down, I can pause. And to get back to my home screen, I just close my hand. Okay.
Alright, so it's called laser ink, and it's a laser that projects a screen onto you. What? There's no screen. I'm the screen. What does that look like to you? Yeah? They've removed the smartphone from the process, but then force you to look as if you're holding an imaginary smartphone instead. I mean, this is the goofiest thing you've ever seen. Plus, the resolution of that laser. You've got to hold it at exactly the right point, otherwise it gets all blurry, and there's tons of examples in that video. It's just so inhuman. But really, I'm doing this thing a disservice, because the superpower built into the AI pin is, of course, the AI itself. They have a partnership with OpenAI. Sam Altman is an investor. And so you'd expect that to be like the most impressive component of this entire device. And they did a little demo in this film where they scanned, well, I'll just show you.
How much protein?
These almonds have 15 grams of protein.
Great. I'm gonna eat it.
I'm gonna eat it. I mean, I'm just gonna scan these nuts. You can imagine the porn version of this. Like, how juicy is that ass?
This ass has 15 grams of booty.
I'm gonna smack it. I mean, dude, you can just imagine all sorts of weird and naughty scenarios where you scan an object and... So the irony is that actually during that demo, the AI made a mistake. It accurately figured out that it was a handful of almonds, but the amount of protein in those almonds was incorrect. It apparently, according to Humane's head of new media, Sam Sheffer, in their Discord, said, "We stated the amount of protein for a half cup of almonds rather than the number in Imran's hand." AI is pretty amazing, but do we trust it? Hell no. But there might be other things it can help with, like buying stuff.
How much is this online?
This is $28 online.
Great. Buy it.
What? Buy it? From whom? Does it have my credit card details? What shop is it buying from? Am I about to get scammed? Like, all of these things are just so problematic, but he makes it sound like it's this easy future. It's like, I want that, buy it. If things are too easy, then you can see how quickly we can get into trouble. There is a disclaimer on the website, which we should probably read out. It said, features are subject to change. A subscription is required to use AI PIN. AI PIN should not be used to diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure a health condition or for any other medical purpose. But the thing is, they don't make any disclaimers about anything else. So anything that's not medical, go ahead and do it. You'll be absolutely fine.
Are you ready for something a little trashy?
So one of the most cringe moments in this entire presentation is when Imran, just off the cuff, just says,
It's really cool.
you should just realize how really, really cool it actually is. If you didn't realize how cool it was, let me just tell you.
It's really cool.
So, in order to prove just how very, very, very cool it actually was, they commissioned what presumably was a very expensive video production and creative agency to film a promo. And in that promo, they detailed just how very, very cool and very, very useful the AI pin will be in daily lives of ordinary people like you and me. You really have to take a look for yourself to see just how normal these cool people are and how very much alike you and me they actually are.
Isn't life about what we experience? What we smell?
Can I eat this?
Yes, dragon fruits are low in sugar.
What we hear?
Hey, what should I get here?
我在这里该点什么呢？
Life is about what we smell. I just smelt my own farts. What can you do with that AI pin?
Oh, yes. It seems to be full of methane. Don't inhale.
Oh, it's too late. I've already inhaled, but I do like the smell of my own farts. Just like this company likes the smell of their own BS.
Hey, what should I get here?
我在这里该点什么呢？
Wow! Can you imagine, like, just walking around and seeing people just like this? You know, imagine you got two of them. You're just like this. Oh, it's quite nice, actually. And at the end of the video, he's having an even better time where he uses the Catch Me Up feature. This is basically where AI can summarize everything that's happened, all your messages that come in, and package them into an update for you.
Devices want the experience.
Catch me up.
Lucy called and your flight is at 7 a.m.
Tell Lucy I'm on my way.
Lucy called. She's dumped you for spending all your money on an AI pin, you dipshit. And as you watch this promo, you are struck by the thought that, was this video made by AI? Because nobody in it seems to be a real human being or act in any way, shape or form that corresponds to any human behavior that I have ever experienced in my, albeit brief, life. One of the really funky vignettes shows this very trendy couple.
Memories.
What are some fun things to do nearby?
Share more moments.
It just seems absurd that people will be so coordinated, so utterly psychotic to match every single thing that they have and every single thing that they are. But maybe that's how it works in AI Pinland.
Should I play songs from the last time we were here?
What would happen if we rediscover our senses?
And we see people just very casually just hanging out. AI can remember where they were, what they were doing. It knows everything. So imagine you're on a crowded subway. Everybody has an AI pin. Everyone's jabbering away into it like, yeah, stop. Can you just shut up for a second so I can talk to my AI pin? The AI pin's picking up a conversation over there about prophylactics. This one's picking up a conversation about the Kardashians. It's all getting muddled up. And just think of the noise. Is that what we're breeding? A bunch of like psychotic techno nerds that just don't care about anybody else. What you're seeing here is the exact opposite of what they want. They want the technology to disappear. They want phones to disappear. But every single frame of this video is about the technology being, whoa. It isn't disappearing at all. It is very visible. But that visibility comes at a cost, as it should. There's that shot of a skateboarder, so let's just have a look.
And what we feel?
She's just casually skating through the city. And then,
what if we build more?
Oh no! You see what's happened there? She's ruined her look. That doesn't look like those perfect fashion shots. This isn't a piece of perfectly designed jewelry that works with every piece of clothing. Creative directors, what were you doing leaving that shot in there? Think! So look, I know what you're thinking, is that why would I ever use this? And there is thankfully one instance, and it's a heartwarming one, in the middle of this promo where you just think, yeah, I'm with you.
What we see?
Capture this.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a hug. No, capture this. When you take a photograph, what do? You frame it. You can see what the photograph is. Capture it. Where's it looking? I'm over here, I'm over here. Imagine all the photographs that you will miss because you're just in the wrong place. So there's no actual real photography from the device in the promo at all. Instead, they substitute it with touchy-feely moments that make you think, oh God, yeah, that would absolutely work. Fortunately, in the demo that Imran gave us, we get to see everything.
When you want to take a photo, just double tap.
Wow, that's a great photo.
Or video, staying in the moment, capturing the whole scene, and generating a gorgeous image.
Let's just listen to that again.
A gorgeous image.
Are you blind? How is this gorgeous? It can take photographs and video, but it's a crappy sensor with no dynamic range, and compared to the smartphones of today, it's rubbish. Gorgeous image. So what are you going to pay for the pleasure of having a device that is less useful, more obtrusive, and doesn't really work very well? Well, we can find out.
So the details. The AI pin starts at $699 for the complete system.
$699? Like, who's going to pay that? If it had been priced at $299, I would get it. But they've got all this crazy fancy tech in there that was so small they shrunk it down. They've got a laser to put stuff on your hand. I bet you in version 2 that laser's gone, and then the price will come down. It makes no sense.
This includes an AI pin, charge pad, cable, and adapter, along with a charge case and an extra battery booster.
So the thing about the price is $699 gets you the device, but it doesn't actually get you going because you will also have a T-Mobile contract that you will need to pay because it's a phone. And there's also a subscription to the AI Pin service as well. So you'll be looking at around $50 to $60 a month just to use it. Lucky you. So the grand irony of all of this is that their kind of headline investor, Sam Altman, isn't really that sold on devices and wearables using AI anyway. In the New York Times article, he says this: Humane has the advantage of being the first of the devices to come, but whether that will be a guarantee of success, he doesn't know. That'll be up to customers to decide. Maybe it's a bridge too far. He said, or maybe people are like, this is much better than my phone. Plenty of technology that looked like a sure bet ends up selling for 90% off at Best Buy. You'd have thought you'd be like, yes, this is how we get AI into people's brains, like in a physical, beautifully styled context. Let's put it on Naomi Campbell and then watch them come in their droves to buy it. But no. Down the bottom of the New Yorker article, it says something pretty telling. Even after months of wearing their AI pins all day, Humane's founders can't fully detach from their screens. Are we using our smartphones less? Mr. Chowdhury asked. We're using them differently. And the irony of that is Apple's entire brand message. Think different. So maybe they just went there. Use different. Your smartphone is still your smartphone. It's amazing. We're not going to replace it. No. Even though we said that's what we're planning to do, we're not going to replace it. We're just going to borrow more Apple stuff and make you use different. Not think different, use different. And maybe that is the biggest piece of genius of all, because
the future will not be held in your hand, and it won't be on your face either. The future of technology might almost be invisible.
Well, you might be invisible if you continue down this path, but I don't think it will be invisible. The future of technology will be in the bargain bins at Best Buy. See you on the next one. Peace!